What's going on, YouTube? Uberman here again. I am in the same clothes I had on yesterday / this morning because it is still morning. I've had 3.5 hours of sleep and I am back up and at it again. I decided to make this video. I kind of had a sketchy weekend and I had another incident that I actually forgot to post on the last video. It happened before it, but I'm going to go ahead and throw it out there. There was a car full of girls, 4 girls, 3 in the back seat, 1 in the front passenger seat. One of them decided they wanted to climb across my center console and hang out in the front with the other passenger and myself. Well, this girl was in the center console, decided she wanted to start touching all over me, which was awkward. Anyway, so as she's doing all that, I'm trying to move towards the driver's door because I'm driving. And this has happened before, but it went a lot further this time. Her friends weren't even trying to stop her. They were just laughing. They thought it was funny, as I'm trying to drive and also dodge her hands. It ended up with I started getting slapped in the face. She was slapping me pretty hard, and then she punched me in the jaw. Again, she punched me hard. She clocked me right here, and I used to have one hell of a temper. I really did, and it didn't matter if it was a man or a woman. I went through a lot of counseling and therapy for that. Gained a lot of tools and a lot of knowledge to help myself overcome my own temper. And that's just one of the things that it didn't really matter. You hit me in the face and we're going to throw down. And I still have that instinct, I guess, when I get hit in the face. God, let me try to turn this off here. I apologize. Anyway, I stopped the car and I just yelled. I said, "This has got to stop right now." So the girl in the front seat grabbed the girl hanging over my center console and held her down until we got them to their destination. So yes, I got assaulted over the weekend. I did nothing about it. I even rated the passenger a 5-star. But this is just another incident that's just making the whole experience of driving for Uber unpleasant. Unpleasant is being kind. That's an understatement. Anyway, guys, it was a rough weekend for me. Really rough, and it's really had me questioning if I want to continue doing this much longer. The truth is, I feel like the majority of the people I'm driving around are overprivileged, underappreciative children in adult bodies. And there's just no excuse for this kind of behavior. I have got to say that the caliber of my particular clientele has diminished exponentially since these rate cuts have taken place. And that's not to demean anyone or disrespect anyone or offend anybody. I'm not. It's not my intention. But the facts are still facts, and they are as follows. Since the rate cuts, I have driven strippers, people that I'm certain were either buying or selling drugs. I have been in some seriously sketchy situations and some very sketchy neighborhoods. places I've not been to before with Uber, people that I have not driven around before with Uber. And I'm not talking about individual people, I'm talking about the type of people in general. This used to be a gig where I drove around upper class people and middle class people. Don't get me wrong, I'm not trying to down talk anybody. I'm everybody lives their own way, and they're entitled to that, but this is not what I signed up for. Honestly, I do not feel like a professional rideshare driver anymore. My clients have asked me to purchase drugs. I have been hit. I have been slapped. I have been talked down to. I have been made fun of. This is not the way it was designed to be. This is not what Uber was a month and a half ago. This is definitely not what Uber was 6 months ago. And this sure as hell is not what Uber was a year ago. This is disgraceful. And I honestly feel like when these people are talking to me in the manner that they speak to me, a lot of times it just makes me feel bad. I feel like a minimum wage worker. That's the way these people see us now. A lot of these people see us. And the other thing that's interesting that I would like to point out is I have been treated better by people that have money, the middle class and upper class people. I have been treated with so much more respect from those people than I get treated from the people that are of a lower class. I am not kidding you. It really seems to be a common trend that the people with lesser means seem to treat me as if I am their bitch. And I'm really working hard not to cuss in these videos. I'm pretty upset, so I'm trying to tone it down. But that's really the way it appears. I have picked up strippers from places that I didn't even know existed. Places I would never even think of going, even if I knew they did exist. And quite honestly, strippers, I don't know how they make any money. I'm mind boggled. I don't understand. It seems like some of the majority of these lower class people that I am taking, are very demanding. Turn up the radio. Change the radio station. It's cold. Turn on the heat. I need light. Turn on the light. They're not requesting. They're not asking. They're not being polite. They straight up demand. Whereas the people with a little more money are usually very polite. They usually don't demand anything. They ask, and they're just professional. And I'm telling you, this is a direct correlation with the rate cuts. Absolutely. Because now anybody can afford to take an Uber. Who can't afford $4 to get where they need to go? I mean, if you can't afford food, but yet you still buy cigarettes, then I'm sure if you need to get somewhere, you can afford $4 for a ride. It's a sad day. It's a sad day for Uber and for the drivers. Apparently, it's a great day for the customer, but this is ridiculous. This is absolutely ridiculous. I have messaged Uber support regarding some incidents, some things that have occurred, and the response. Honestly, the response by one guy in particular, I hope I still have it because I really would like to read it. I was just, here it is. I reported my concern with the gentleman that grabbed me and was threatening to tear up my car and was talking a lot of trash. I'll read you The incident details. I said the passenger grabbed my hand and wouldn't let go. He cussed at me, talked down to me, and threatened to steal my Uber stickers off of my car. He refused to close my door and move away so I could leave. He also claimed another Uber driver sold him cocaine and asked if I had any drugs to sell him. It's not the first time I've been asked to sell drugs to my passengers. This is by far the worst experience as a driver I've had in my 15 months with Uber, and I've driven in Oklahoma City, Indianapolis, and Bloomington. This person has no business using Uber. Their response. Hi, Randy. Whoa. I am so incredibly sorry to hear about this. So you know, if you ever feel threatened or unsafe, it is completely within your right to ask the rider to exit your car. We want to keep Uber as safe as possible and want you to know that you are able to refuse service if your safety is threatened. If you're able to, I'm sure he meant if your safety is threatened. If there's anything else we can do for you, please don't hesitate to reach out. I mean, you know, that's great, but you solved nothing. You did not say, that is completely unacceptable, and we will terminate his account immediately. You know, okay, so I could lie about somebody, but seriously, look at my, their Uber. They have all of my information on file. Look at my entire history over the last 16 months. You'll see that I've never had an issue. You'll see that I've never reported anything like this before. I've never had problems. I'm not the guy that's filing false reports of people, okay? That's not me. There's definitely a problem here. They didn't even offer to do anything about it. Sure, I could ask him to exit the car. If you think he was this bad, just driving him to his house, how do you think the situation would go if I stopped the car and tell him to get out on the side of the road? Okay, this is one of the things that I learned in domestic violence class and anger management. The goal is to de-escalate the situation by any means, not to escalate it. Okay? This guy's already agitated. He's in a bad mood. Sure, would I like to have gotten out of the car and beat the holy hell out of him? Absolutely. But that's not what I'm supposed to do. My job is to calm the situation down. If I stop the car and demand that he gets out of my vehicle, that is going to seriously escalate the situation. There's no telling where it's going to go from there. And to be honest with you, there were 3 guys in the car against just me. Okay? I don't know if they would have jumped in or not, but, they're his boys, so chances are they would have. I think I was taking the high road by just driving him home and walking away. Anyway, guys, that's pretty much it. This has turned into a long video, but good God, I hope you guys out there are having a better time doing this than I am. I hope your situations are not as bad. I took 41 rides this week, and that was pretty much just to meet my bare minimums to get my pay. So, let me know what's going on with you guys. I sure hope it's better than it is with me. As always, guys, like, comment, subscribe, and most importantly, now more than ever, be safe out there. And Uber on.